Hi guys, so where we left off was that we had created like a box structure and cut a slot for our phone to fit into our VR headset. So let's continue. So here's our little box structure and here is our little slot. Now what we want to be able to do is create just a couple of little edge pieces to ensure that our phone doesn't slide backwards into the void. So if we have a look, just going to get my little rotating tool here. If we have a look down there, basically the phone would just fall into that slot and fall out. So let's sort that out. So I'm just going to press my Home tab. I'm going to start a 2D sketch again, and I'm just going to click on the face that we'd like to edit. All right. And so this one's going to be pretty easy. I'm going to grab my rectangle tool. I'm going to just work from this edge here. Just remember that we're going to dimension this afterwards, so that's all good. In terms of how far I want it, I want this little ridge to sit out. I'm going to make it be, I'm going to make it 15 mils, I think. Maybe 12 is good. 12, and just to make sure that it's nice and strong, I'm going to make that 7 mil thick. So hit enter, and I'm just going to repeat the same drawing over on the opposite side. So I'm just going to draw it up here. I'm just going to make sure that I'm picking up the right inferences. So 12 on that length, press tab, and 7 thick, enter. All right, now we need to dimension them because they're just floating out in space at the moment, okay? So my dimension here, I can see the inference was picked up correctly on the side here. Those lines are perfectly overlapping. But here, excuse me, here there's a little bit of a gap. We already discussed that we don't want the phone sort of flopping around in that hole there. So we're going to click the top line, then click the bottom line. Alrighties, this is with our dimension tool, guys. And then we need to make sure that the inference picks up that we are editing the space between. So I'm zooming in there just to see if we can pick up that distance there. Let's see. Now this one's picked up an angle, so that's incorrect. So I'm just going to right click and say cancel. Could be a bit of a tricky one. I'm going to zoom back out. I'll start over here and I'll show you what I mean. So dimension tab, so from this line here to this line here, and the space in between, we want it to be 0. So we're going to hit enter. Now we're going to zoom in to make sure that that's been built right off the edge there, so that's correct. We're all happy with that. All right, and let's zoom into this other side again. Okay, so we want this line here and this line here, and we're trying to pick up that inference. Oh, there it is in between. All right, space in between is going to be 0. Hit enter. Okay, cool, good stuff. Alrighty, so we're going to finish sketch again, and you guessed it, we're going to extrude. So we're going to click on those two, 1 and 2. Now here we want to extrude the full length of our VR. So it might actually be, I'll just cancel this. If you can't remember the distance, what you might want to do is just on your sketch tab, we should be able to, there we go, right click and measure. We didn't need the sketch tab. So I can actually click that line. Oh yeah, 175 mil. Okay, so done. So I'm going to go back to our 3D model tab. We're going to hit extrude, and we're going to click those two little boxes that we drew, and we're going to change the direction of that extrusion. So there we go. Now you can see it thinks that it should be performing a cut. So we need to make sure that we change that around to get the inference that we want, or the output that we want. Sorry, I love the word inference today. And we're going to type 175 just to make sure it goes all the way through to the end. Okay, hit OK, and that's done. So let's jump onto our little rotation tool again, and we'll have a look. There we go. So we've got that little ridge there that's now going to support the phone. Cool, we can see it through there as well. All right, that's the end of this tutorial. Thanks for watching.